Welcome, pilots! This video is part of my guide detailing every high-security combat site. While I normally fly an Ishker, for Angel Cartel sites I've instead chosen to fly another assault frigate called the Retribution. This ship is a poor choice for this site, but where there's a will, there's a way. If you've attempted this site and failed spectacularly as I first did, watch on. As difficult as the site may seem, there's actually a way it can be blitzed more quickly than many other Angel Cartel combat signatures. Combat signatures appear in your probe scanner window, and you must scan them down with probes before you can warp to them. Some combat signatures do not have a DED difficulty rating, and instead have a chance of escalating to a short story-based expedition. The Angel Vigil is a combat signature found in all systems with a security status of 0.8 and lower throughout Minmatar space. This site has a decent potential for either a faction spawn or an escalation, either of which may lead to high-value loot drops. Only up to battlecruiser class ships will be allowed into the site. As soon as you land on the acceleration gate, an opening message will appear. Previous explorers have commented that one of the gates requires a passkey. Alternatively, it can be bypassed by convincing the commander to unlock it. The Overseer guards his shipyard vigorously. You must activate the gate to enter the first room of the site. In the first room, you'll conveniently land on top of the acceleration gate to the next room. You'll be flanked by 2 rows, each with 5 Angel sentry towers, each guarded by their own group of Angel Cartel NPCs. The group on the right consists of a single battlecruiser named the Gistasis Smuggler Guardian, while the group on the left consists of 2 cruisers and 3 battlecruisers. Attacking the Smuggler Guardian will spawn a sizable group a ways off to the right, near a coral rock formation. This new group consists of 5 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and 3 battlecruisers. Attacking the Smuggler Gate, that's just above the acceleration gate, will spawn the commander group nearby. This group consists of 3 frigates and 3 battlecruisers. The Gistasis Smuggler Commander will be among the battlecruisers. Destroying the commander unlocks the acceleration gate to the next room. You can actually avoid fighting the majority of the NPCs, instead taking a single potshot at the Smuggler Gate, and then destroying the Smuggler Commander. Alternatively, even this brief battle can be avoided if you have the passkey mentioned in the opening message. This turns out to be an Angel Gold Tag. If you have a gold tag in your cargo hold, you can simply activate the gate to the second room as soon as you land. The tag will be consumed. In the second room, you'll land in front of several structures that are surrounded by a large coral rock formation. You're flanked on the left and right by stasis towers that will hold you in place shortly after landing. The structures ahead are flanked by 2 light missile batteries and 2 heavy missile batteries. Each of the missile batteries is guarded by up to 2 destroyers. The stasis tower on the left is guarded by up to 2 cruisers, while the stasis tower on the right is guarded by up to 4 battlecruisers. Destroying either of the stasis towers spawns 2 new groups of Angel Cartel NPCs, located above the central structures. Each of these groups will include cruisers, battlecruisers, and advanced frigates. The Gistii Nomad and Ruffian frigates will hit you with strong target painters that make you much easier to hit for the rest of the NPCs. Destroying any of the missile batteries will spawn a large group of Angel Cartel NPCs below the central structures. This new group will include destroyers, battlecruisers, and 3 more advanced frigates. Among the structures in the center of the room is Pat's shipyard. Attacking this structure will spawn the commander wave, which includes 3 frigates named Wead Fighter, 2 cruisers named Wead Guardian, and another cruiser named Pat Wead. Pat Wead will always drop a Domination brass tag, and 1,000 rounds of Archangel or Domination medium projectile ammunition. If you're lucky, he may also drop a Domination module, a Halo or Savior implant, or a blueprint copy for a Cinnaball. Destroying Pat Wead also has a chance of escalating to the Big Blue Expedition. Scanning through Pat Wead's logs reveals that this drug lord was surprisingly well connected. Long lists of buyers and sellers throughout the neighboring regions would make this document a dream read of any law enforcement agency in the galaxy, if only all the vital parts were not in some completely alien code. No matter how much you let your central computer chew on this stuff, you get no feedback on any names or places, except perhaps one. This seems to be a hasty entry from almost a year back, not in code. At least the coordinates do reflect a true point in space. More than perhaps any other combat site in high-security space, the incoming damage in this room can get out of hand quite quickly. Even if you take out the 2 stasis towers as soon as you enter the second room, they're quickly replaced by advanced frigates with powerful target painters. Destroying these frigates helps reduce the incoming damage dramatically, especially if you're relying on a speed tank. However, it turns out there is a way of blitzing the second room, even in a Retribution. It did involve a tweak to my usual fit, swapping out the signal amplifier for a 200mm armor plate. You can ignore everything else in the room and simply take a single potshot at Pat's shipyard, and then destroy Pat Wead. Align yourself to a Celestial, bookmark his wreck, warp out, wait a few minutes, and warp back to collect the loot. In the first encounter of the Big Blue Expedition, you'll land in a clouded area near a pair of ruined drug labs. The area is initially guarded by a group of 5 destroyers and 6 frigates named Angel Salvager. A little over a minute after landing, another group will spawn near a trio of bunkers. This new group consists of 4 advanced frigates and 3 battlecruisers. Destroying this group will spawn the final commander wave, consisting of 4 more advanced frigates and 4 cruisers. Among the cruisers is a Domination NPC. This and any other Domination NPC in future Big Blue encounters may drop a Domination module, a Halo or Savior implant, or a blueprint copy for a Cinnaball. Destroying the Domination NPC has a chance of escalating to the second encounter of the Big Blue Expedition. Among the debris of this old factory, you find a homing beacon next to a container bearing the Salvation Angel seal. It looks as if they have been going through the rubble, gathering whatever the attackers have spared. It seems the beacon is malfunctioning and periodically sending out some garbled messages. Something that is not so remarkable in itself, but the messages are getting answered. Your instruments quickly nail down the location of the responder. In the second encounter of the expedition, you'll land in another clouded area between some ruined drug labs and a storage silo. The area will initially be eerily empty of NPCs, but a group of 3 advanced frigates and 3 destroyers will spawn soon after. After another 30 seconds or so, another group will spawn consisting of 3 advanced frigates and 2 cruisers. And another 30 seconds after that, yet another group will spawn consisting of 3 cruiser-sized drone salvagers. Attacking any of the drone salvagers will spawn a new group of 5 frigates. Destroying this group of frigates will spawn the final commander wave, consisting of 3 advanced frigates, 2 battlecruisers, and a Domination cruiser NPC. Destroying the Domination NPC has a chance of escalating to the third encounter of the expedition. Another Salvation Angel's beacon, and this time fully functional and probably put here by a surveying ship. It gives directions to another location not far away. In the third encounter of the expedition, you'll land near a pair of large rocks. After about 30 seconds, a group of 3 advanced frigates and 4 advanced cruisers will spawn. Shortly after, another group of 3 battlecruisers will spawn on the other side of the rocks. Attacking any of the battlecruisers will spawn the final commander wave, consisting of 2 advanced frigates, 3 battlecruisers, and a Domination NPC in a cruiser. Destroying the Domination NPC has a chance of escalating to the 4th and final encounter of the expedition. Luckily, your instruments got a lock on the escaping ship's destination. In the final encounter of the expedition, you'll land in a clouded area near a large drug factory named Angels in Heaven. It's initially guarded by 4 heavy missile batteries, but a group of 3 advanced frigates and 4 battlecruisers will spawn shortly after. The crowd continues to gather, as within a few more seconds another group of 3 advanced frigates and 3 destroyers spawn. Another minute or so later, a final group of 4 destroyers and 3 battlecruisers spawn. Damaging the Angels in Heaven drug factory down to about half structure causes an Angel hauler to spawn. Destroying the hauler will prompt the closing message of the expedition. With all this blue pill out of circulation, you probably just sent some thousands of BP munchies on a cold turkey run. Then again, you could perhaps make a nice profit selling it to them yourself. Choices, choices. Interestingly, shortly after this, a sizable group of NPCs will spawn that includes a group of Angel escort advanced frigates and battlecruisers guarding an Angel cartel transport. This group will warp away almost immediately, though the transport seems to linger an extra few seconds. In my 2 playthroughs of the final encounter, I was unable to target this second transport ship in time, but I may try to fit a warp scrambler or disruptor the next time I run this expedition and provide an update on what I find. The original Angel hauler will always drop a bundle of blue pills, but may also drop a Gistii A-Type deadspace module. You'll have to decide for yourself whether it's worth risking travel through low-security space to run the final encounter. You won't be behind an acceleration gate, and the encounter can take quite some time to complete. During one of my playthroughs, I did actually realize I was being hunted with combat probes. You'll have to keep a close eye on your directional scanner and try to avoid being hit by the webifiers or warp disruptors of the elite frigates. A ship like the Retribution, fit with beam lasers, is capable of running the site in roughly 5 minutes if you choose to use the blitz tactic. This includes the time taken to warp out, wait for the site to despawn, and warp back to collect the loot. However, to ensure survival, I swapped out my usual signal amplifier with a 200mm armor plate in the low slots. Bypassing the first room with an Angel gold tag can reduce this time further. I did lose a Retribution early on while I was trying to figure out the spawn patterns. Don't underestimate the incoming damage in the second room, or the impact of the target painters from the advanced frigates. Faction cruisers or heavy assault cruisers like the Sacrilege are far better suited for this site, though even these ships can be in danger if you choose to engage rather than blitz the site. While recording the footage for this video series, I kept track of the loot drops for 10 Angel Vigil sites. Over this period, 8 escalated to the Big Blue Expedition. Pat Wead is a guaranteed spawn in the Angel Vigil site, so long as you remember to take a potshot at Pat's shipyard. Of the 10 sites I ran, Pat Wead dropped something beyond the faction ammo and tag 3 times. The best result was a Domination rapid light missile launcher. The Big Blue Expedition can escalate up to 4 times, and every encounter seems to be guaranteed to spawn a Domination pirate. Through my 8 escalations, I had a total of 17 encounters, 6 of which dropped something beyond the faction ammo and tag. The best result was a mid-grade Halo Epsilon implant. Stay tuned to Riley Entertainment for more EVE Online combat site guides. In high-security Minmatar space, you can also probe down other unrated sites like the Angel Hideout, Lookout, or Watch. Other NPC pirates include rogue drones, the Serpentis, Gistasis, Blood Raiders, and Sancha's Nation. My journey to host a complete set of combat site video guides began in 2020 with a similar 13-part series for Serpentis combat sites. More recently, I completed a similar guide for high-security Gistasis combat sites. If you find yourself in Glent or Caldari space, you can check out those videos right now. If you're curious about fitting assault frigates for combat site exploration, you can check out the gaming section of my website over at RileyEntertainment.com. Thanks for making it to the very end, and smash that like button if you enjoy my content.